Hey there, y'all. Figured I'd put out a quick video here. Wanted to go over a couple things. Let's see, a couple days ago. Well, yeah, it was last Friday actually. I called out a couple tickers that I thought had good potential going into this week, and they turned out to be absolute garbage, unfortunately. We had ticker BNZI, which they had dropped some good news, and they had made claims that they were going to be coming out with some more good news this week. Um, and we've yet to see anything like that thus far. But the ticker basically had just a huge manipulated drop in price, and it was real obvious to me. And at that point, it's just like, nah, I'm done with it. I'll take my loss on it, and I won't touch it ever again. Um, burn me once, shame on me. Burn me twice, shame on you. Type of thing. With ticker AGBA a while back, same similar thing there. So I won't ever touch those again. And then there was ticker BHAT, um, which showed just a massive amount of potential, and it didn't seem to do what I thought it would either. So I took a loss there, but I did make it back up this week with a couple of other tickers, and the one of those was ticker CING. That thing was just a massive runner, and I capitalized really well on it. Anyway, wanted to put another ticker on your radar. Basically something that popped up today that was moving in after hours. It was in a really solid uptrend, and basically had bulls pushing it up. And I put out some tweets and basically told people in a couple of shorts, to keep a good eye on this one. Um, Looking at, they did have a little bit of news, yesterday, I think it was. I don't think a lot of people really picked up on it, at least not yet. But the float on this one is tiny. It's under 1 million shares. So, if it gets volume, it's like this thing can definitely skyrocket. Um, and just the strength that it was showing in after hours was really impressive. There at the very end, there was a sell off where, you saw some profit takers. Um, but, it didn't tank the stock or anything. And it's still, in a bullish trend, bullish pattern. And, I'm looking at it, and I look, at what ticker CING just did, and it's like, well, there's a lot of similarities there. Characteristics in the chart setup, as well as the volume uh, coming in. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely have it on watch tomorrow morning, first thing. As soon as pre-market opens up, I'm going to be all over it, and keeping my eye out for other big runners. But with ticker BKYI, I think there's definitely a ton of potential for it. It is a Friday, so we'll see what happens. Fridays tend to be lower volume, but like I said, this is a tiny little float on BKYI. So, you know, just trading a couple million shares could send this thing up 100% or 200%. Um, you know, uh, there's no doubt about that. Seen it multiple times. I've seen it happen over and over again. On tickers that absolutely have no news whatsoever. You look at the 100% to 200% runners lately, and they're just basically, it's like a casino almost, um, where it's just like, oh, this one's flying up for no apparent reason whatsoever, so here we go, and everybody's just jumping into it. Um, so it is something, it is nice to have something that has a little bit of news to actually, back up, um, back it up a little bit, and, keep the flow going so it's not just a massive pump and dump. Um, but, anyhow, uh, definitely have your eyes out on it. We'll see what happens. I did buy in at $3.85. So I got a position. I could have sold at $5.40, And maybe I'm a fool, and maybe I should have. I don't know. Tomorrow morning we're gonna find out, right? So, uh, but I think that it's got a lot more potential. Um, and you see those big price gaps, 45, 50 cents at a time. Well, if that happens tomorrow morning, good luck getting a decent entry before it's way, way up already. Um, but, we saw ticker CING, which actually had a float, um, you know, more. I think it's got like 3 million shares. I don't know, I could be mistaken about that. I have to go back and look for CING. But it blew up to like $17 or something like that. I made my 150% and called it good. But anyhow, I guess I'll leave it there. Have Bkyi on watch first thing in the morning. Good luck to y'all, and you have a good night.